You're listening to the Secret Marketing Diary of Personal Brands, where being the face of your business gets to be powerful, profitable, and unfiltered. All right, I am so excited for this one because today's guest is someone who is not just a total powerhouse when it comes to online visibility and confidence, but she's also one of the most generous, real, and fun humans that I know and that you will get to know in the online space. If you've ever wondered what it really takes to show up and shine in the spotlight without selling your soul to the algorithm gods, Molly Mahoney is your girl. She's a digital marketing strategist, keynote speaker, and former NYC performer who helps entrepreneurs blend AI-powered marketing with real human connection. And let me tell you, she makes it fun and not complicated. She launched her business, The Prepared Performer, back in 2013, and since has helped thousands of people show up more powerfully, turning their message into a revenue generating movement. She's had viral videos hit over 39 million views. She's been featured in Forbes and Inc. And in 2021, yes, 2 years before ChatGPT hit the scene, she launched the world's first AI-focused content membership. She's also the author of Choose Confidence, Finding My Awesome, and her latest powerhouse resource, AI-ify Your Business. And on a personal note, Molly has been my personal mentor for years. Her boldness, her brilliance, and the way she shows up so unapologetically has been a huge inspiration in how I show up in my own brand and business. So this conversation, it's super, super extra special for me. She truly believes your weird is your superpower, and the more fun that you have, the more money you will make. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're here. I am so excited to have one of my favorite human beings in the world on with us. Molly Mahoney, thank you so much for coming on and
Oh, I love
sharing
you
your
so much.
brilliant.
I wish I was with you in Florida right now. It's
I
like
know.
chilly here in California.
Oh, yeah. We actually were at the beach this weekend.
Amazing.
So, okay, before we dive in, so one of the things that I would love to know from you, because that's really what this podcast is all about, is there like one juicy secret, something that you wish more entrepreneurs knew about building a personal brand that will actually get them seen and sell? What would that be if there was that one little juicy secret you could share
Oh,
with
yeah.
us?
I mean, this is like silly, and I do this whole thing every time we do a client call now with let's just like do it together. So I always do this
Yeah.
thing where I have our members take their hands and put them in a ball and like make this ball with their hands, and then they whisper into their hands, decide. Right. So we say decide. And
I've
then
done this on one of our calls.
you have. I don't do it every time, but a lot of the times I do. And then I say on the count of three, we're going to put our decision cap on. 1, 2, 3. Decide. Right. And I think so many people get stuck in this moment of indecision. And
Yeah.
it's like, make a decision and then you can change it in the future. Right. But you've got to you have to decide on something that you're going to stand on. And I'll say, actually, recently, there's so much we can talk about, but recently, the biggest thing for me is identifying and naming a
Mm.
framework of some sort that you're going to teach again and again and again and again. And so, we have our quesadilla of awesome, which as soon as you mentioned this question, my first thought was, oh, I could talk about the quesadilla of awesome. And then there's all these other things that I think of that I can bring to a podcast like this,
Yeah.
because I've decided on these frameworks that I'm going to teach the same way every time so that they become a thing that you can be
Mhm.
known for.
Well, I remember the quesadilla of awesome when I started working with you back like right after COVID
Yeah,
started.
it was 2020 because remember we started right before
Yes.
all the shutdown happened, because you had the craziest thing ever happen. If everyone
It,
doesn't know, Ginna
yeah.
had all of these nightclub clients that
Mhm.
obviously were having a problem being open in 2020.
Oh my gosh, that was such a nightmare.
But you like rocked it in the best way possible. I mean, I call those big sparkly boulder moments, and you
Yeah.
really like turned that disaster into such a big sparkly beautiful boulder. It was
I
awesome.
I did, and that's exactly why I wanted you to come on with us because I have to thank you for that, honestly, and even though I was showing up live for a long time already and I was being myself. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't really know. I don't think I know how to actually do this full on."
Mm.
So, you are like the queen of personal brands, the and now the queen of AI. Okay, cuz I know this is a big deal. A lot of people I feel are just yes, they're jumping full into AI, but I also feel like they're losing their humanity and
Mm.
that human side of their personal brand. So, how do you feel about this? Because I know you're doing lots with AI. What is
Yeah.
your take on
Yeah,
how
so
that's
it's really
going?
wild to, like, look at it and really own the fact that we started the world's first AI-focused content membership back in 2021. So it's really that was almost 2 years before ChatGPT, which, man, so much has happened in the last 5 years. It is really wild to think about. I will say that I think that there is a problem where people are not reading. They're just, like, creating and posting and
Mhm,
not taking any time to review. And
mhm.
I can be guilty of it sometimes too. Like, I'm obsessed with these infographics in Notebook. Are you doing the infographics in
Yes,
Notebook? I was up till like 2
they're
AM last night just
amazing.
because I was creating infographics because 'cause they're so fun and it's, like, so magical to see it be revealed. And if you don't know what this is, if you go to Notebook LM and you put any website or document or framework, which I love to do in there,
Mhm.
you put that in there and then you just put your instructions as to what kind of visuals, energy brand visuals you want it to embody, and then it will create like a bananas infographic. And I created one recently with all of the things that we do
I
inside
saw
the
that.
like I mean it is like everything. And when I first posted it, I had to be careful because there were some of the words weren't fully right, it's not totally perfect. So I think we're in this interesting kind of dichotomy where part of me, I'm like, I don't care if it's perfect as long as it's really representing who you are. Like that can be more of an authenticity indicator,
Yeah.
even though that's kind of like the
Exac
opposite of what's happening. But I do think we need to actually make sure that we read. And this isn't something that's only happening just because of AI. Did you ever see the study that was done with the blog post that was shared? This was a really long time ago. The blog post was shared on social media and it had like thousands of shares. I'm making up these numbers, but something like
Yeah.
that. And when you clicked on the actual blog post, it was all just the lorem ipsum text. There was no actual
No.
blog post there. So,
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
it's wild. Like I think that the speed with which AI allows us to go at
Yeah.
should also be countered by an intentional slowing down to
Mhm.
really make sure that we're connecting with ourselves as humans. So, it's a cool thing.
What about because and I've played with this too, and you have some really great ones out there, but
Okay.
the AI videos, because I
Okay.
have seen people completely like, they're super fun, I love them, I love using them too in my marketing, but I've also seen the whole other extreme where that is the brand for the person. Like,
Yeah.
they're using their AI clone to literally represent themselves in
Yeah.
everything.
I have such strong opinions about this because
Yeah.
and really there's such interesting things happening with it too. So for those people who aren't using Sora, Sora is an AI video app that's connected to ChatGPT and you can train it so easily in like
Mhm.
less than 30 seconds. You can train it on your face and your voice. You can also then go in and give it some text-based instructions on what how you want to show up. So like mine is set to only be in a sparkly suit or, a a black and purple tracksuit, like, those are the only clothes it should wear, unless someone specifically says to put it in a different outfit, like, that is what I'm wearing. So, um, it's really amazing and it can be really funny, but I know that I have a few members that when they started using it, people believed that it was real. So my first thing is whether it's Sora, HeyGen, whatever VO3, whatever you're using for your AI avatars, I never try and pretend that it's real. I leave the little Sora logo on there on purpose so people have that little indicator of like, this is AI.
Right.
That being said, I think that it's actually had a huge effect on the way people show up as humans. So I don't do you know
Mhm.
Andy Franco?
I don't think
Oh my
so.
gosh, I have to connect you with him because he is
Okay.
so awesome. And he is the person that actually got me my first Sora code. So he came on one of our calls in Multiply and he was like, "Oh
Oh,
my gosh,
wait,
you
I
guys,
think
this."
yes, yes, from the group. I have
Yeah, yeah,
seen
yeah.
him. Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
because I've shared his stuff. I've shared his stuff
Yeah.
a bunch now, but he has shared very publicly that he was really struggling in showing up on video as a human, but
Mhm.
seeing his own Sora videos gave him the confidence to know that it was okay for him to show up on camera.
Okay, okay, that's a whole other perspective. I love that. So
And
it's like the opposite,
yeah, and
that you
I think we
encourage
can be
him.
using these kind of videos as
Yeah.
like, I'm always talking about the banana phone. I've got a crocheted one. Oh, I have a disco one here too. So we
Hold
can use
on,
this
hold
to
on.
match your banana phone. Wait, I need my big one. It's right here. It's right here. Okay, ready? Here, let's. What?
What?
Hey, Ginna, Gina
Universe.
is an OG when she has one of the OG banana phones because I bought all of them from IKEA. There are
I
no
love
more left.
it.
So we use the banana phone as a way of calling in our future gratitudes. And the banana phone is also like a perfect example of a framework or something that you create that is sticky that you've named that now anytime
Yep.
you see a banana, you're going to think of me, which I'm totally good with.
Everyone,
And
and you get sent bananas and, like, anything banana, personalized bananas.
I have a good friend who was my roommate in New York when I first moved there. And we don't talk as often as we should, but man, she sends me random banana merch all the time. And then she's like, "I'm sorry that this is the only reason we communicate, but I'm here for it. It's okay." And she's not even in our space. Like she hasn't, so
She
that's,
just
it's like,
knows.
so I really
So
see
fun.
Sora as a way to, and AI in general, as a way to call in our future gratitudes. For years now,
Mhm.
I've been talking about this thing that we have called a dream activator, where you can tell AI what your dreams are, and then
Mm.
it can give you a visual representation. Well, Sora allows you to take that even one step further by creating AI videos of your future self.
Cool.
And then you start to visualize that because you've actually seen it. The same thing, and Ginna, I don't think we've done this together, which is really sad, and we're gonna have to do this. But the
Okay.
way that you can do the collaboration videos in Sora.
Oh, yes, I've seen them. I've seen you do those with Jenna. I've seen a bunch that you've done with Jenna that are
and it
hilarious. I
and the
was
funny thing
loved
is, so
it.
there's one of Jenna that I didn't post, which I'll send to you privately, but I have this tool called Sora Spark that allows you to create prompts for Sora videos, and one of the prompt sections categories in there is to remake movies, sorry. And so I had it remake Jenna and I in the Titanic, but it's she and I
That's hilarious.
standing on the
Oh my
edge of the
gosh.
ship, like, whatever, the edge of the world, whatever they say in that moment, but it's a funny version of it, and so then a fish comes up out of the water and hits Jenna
Oh,
in
no.
the face. So stupid, but it's so funny, and now, like, obviously, Jenna and I have not stood on the edge of a boat when a fish has
Right.
not slapped her in the face, but that image and that, like, it becomes almost a memory, even though it didn't
Yeah.
actually happen, which is amazing and also terrifying because I know there are people out there using this
Right.
for not great purposes. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's important for the humans who are doing good to use it more so that we're fully aware of what's actually possible and what's happening with these tools.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do love this whole what you said told is like I never even thought about it like this. That by using those like Frank did. Is that his
Or
name?
Andy Franco. Yeah,
Andy
Andy.
Franco.
Yeah.
Andy Franco. Using it like that to inspire you to actually get on video. Like I'm gonna teach my clients that
Yeah,
because
I
I
think it's
have
just it's
yeah,
such a
it's
good thing for you to do in the way that you're showing people to show up.
right.
Also, another thing, this is like wild, but would work so well for you, like with you doing all the fashion stuff that you do and style stuff that you do. My physical therapist, okay, who is not on social media at all, he got a Sora account. He never posts them publicly, but I told him about it. He got a Sora account and he has been using it to pair his outfits
To
before he like
style
goes out with
himself.
his wife. No, and they're so cute. He like uploads different things from his closet, and it's like his own fashion board.
That's hilarious.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay, I have a new service.
Yeah. So I actually messaged Andy about this yesterday, and I was like, I think that there is such an opportunity for us to create Sora videos for our
Mhm.
clients because I have a client who helps people to do Bitcoin mining. They have like huge mining um facilities. And
Right.
yesterday I created like 50 Sora videos of him. So I used my account, but I just was creating all these videos of him. I think
Uh-huh.
there's so much possibility with these AI videos, and the possibility is only going to last so long because at some point it's going to become white noise. It's not going to
Right.
stand out the way that it is right now. As much as I think I will be obsessed with them forever because they make me laugh so hard, at some
Right.
point it's going to die down.
And so that's why, like, coming back to the personal brand thing and being a human, that that's why I feel like it's still so important, especially going into at the time that we're recording this, literally in just a few days, it's going to be 2026. I can't believe that. But going into the new year, right? So, what like how are you helping or at least sharing with clients that yes, these are great, amazing tools, but you still need to show up as you.
Yeah.
Because I know
Oh,
you're the queen also of live video. Uh,
yeah, and it's really interesting how I think, obviously when we first met, live was my main focus, and it was and we had a program called Glam, which was go live and monetize, which was
monetize.
what Gina was in. And, I think live video took a little bit of a back seat, but
Mhm.
now I think it's more important than ever because people are craving that authenticity. And here's the thing. There was a time where pre-recorded webinars and that strategy worked super well. It does not work as well anymore because
Right.
market sophistication has picked up. And I think the perfect example of this is, did you see Onyx Singal's Make My Clone challenge?
Yes.
Okay. So he had 30,000 people sign
Mhm.
up for that challenge, all people wanting to learn how to create these AI clones. And the way that he teaches it is you create a brain, which is like a custom GPT or a written version of yourself. You create an image version of
Mhm.
yourself. You create a video version of yourself and you create a voice version of yourself. So you do
Right.
all four of those things. But how did he actually sell in that training? He was live. He did
Live
like
and as
75,000,000
himself.
hours yes, of his actual human self. And not
Yeah.
only did he do, he is like the king of webinars, you can say, from back in the day. But not only did he show up and do this training live, he had guests come in live. So I was the
Yeah.
first speaker on day one, which was so awesome. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity. Then he also had these like parties where all you would do is hang out with him. It was like dinner with Onik. It was literally like while I was at a live event with him where I was speaking in actually probably too close to you to not have told you that I was there, but not
Oh.
that we were in Tampa, which is not that close
Oh,
to you. How
okay. No,
yeah,
no. That's like
okay,
4 hours. Okay.
okay. But
You're
in
forgiven.
Tampa, we were at this event, and while we were at the live event, he pulled me and my friend Stefan into another room to do a live stream with him at the event for the people prepping for this challenge.
Right.
So like, I mean, I think the thing with live that has changed and become even more important, which has always been the case, and you know this, what
Mhm.
you do around the live video is more important than what you do in the actual live video. So if you don't tell people the live video is happening,
Right.
Facebook is no longer, or YouTube is no longer, or Instagram or TikTok, whatever, is no longer just going to push your live video out while it is live.
Yeah.
It may on Facebook, I have seen that it pushes it out after it's live. So I did
Mhm.
over the holidays, I did a live video of me playing piano and singing, and it did pretty well because it still has the ability to get traction after the fact. I didn't send an email, I didn't do anything. So I only had like 4 people on while I was live.
Right.
But once the replay was available and all that, things grow. So you have to have faith in the system, but people still live for, are you going to make a mistake? What's going to go
Yeah.
wrong? Like,
They sure
how are you
do.
going to handle things under pressure?
I'm like, it's the bet. Honestly, if I record a video, it takes me like an hour to record a 15-minute video because I keep stopping, I redo
Dude,
it. Whereas when I go live, I'm just like, I don't care what happens.
I
It is
am
what it is.
so with you. And it is
Yeah.
so hard. My poor team knows because they'll put it on my calendar and they'll block out like 2 hours for me to record a 15-minute video. And then I don't do it because I find I'm like, oh, I need to go, clean out the dog's toe
Right.
jam or whatever. Like I come up with all kinds of other things to do because pre-recording videos is like the bane of my existence. I will say I'm really going to work at being better at it. I'm not going to work at it. I'm going to be better at it this year at pre-recording videos because the only thing that I have found to be tricky as we head into 2026 is doing a weekly live stream like I did for 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
since I'm traveling so much at this time, it's like hard to have that consistent thing for me anyway. And I traveled so much last year that which I think is another piece about personal brand that we can talk about because I think being
Yes.
in person with people is even more important than doing live videos. But I'm going to prioritize this year being home more with my kids because they're, as you know, it's like I don't know.
They're getting
Yeah,
older and growing
I know.
up.
So, yes. Mhm.
So, in person,
Yeah.
is there anything that you can share with us? Like, what do you think? I mean, obviously, this is growing and definitely growing now in 2026, but anything specific that you can share? Any cool tips on showing up more in person? And
Yeah. Okay, I have
yeah,
3 things. So the
okay,
first is I'm gonna get out something very important for this.
okay.
Okay. Very important tips about how to make the most of your in-person events. Okay, the first is have a way to connect with people on the back end that feels organic and natural. I personally really don't love these apps that are like, I think I bought one called Popple or something like that, where,
Mhm.
or even I am obsessed with High Level, but when people are like, oh, go to this thing and give me your information, and then it'll automatically put the information on your account, like, ugh.
Yeah.
I find that that instantly stops the rapport that I have with a person. It makes it a business transaction. What I
Right.
find to be so much more helpful is very specifically this strategy. It is called the selfie secret. I'm making it up right now. Okay. Okay. So name your frameworks. I'm naming it on the fly. The selfie secret. So take a selfie with the people that you are with and then say, this is my exact line that I say all the time. Oh, let's take a selfie. I'll send it to you so we don't forget who we are.
Oh, that's
Okay.
awesome.
It's like so easy. And let me tell
Yeah.
you, I was at an event with an Amber Spears event where they had a really awesome spa at the hotel. So I went to get a massage. After the massage, I'm sitting in the like spa area and I'm talking to this amazing woman named Parisa who has a children's book that's coming out. She has a nonprofit to help keep kids safe in school. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're amazing, all this stuff. And I'm like, hey, I said the same thing. Let's take a selfie so we don't forget who we are. Take a selfie in the spa in our bathrobes. I go to text it to her and I'm like, that's weird. Your name is in my phone.
Oh, you already connected with her, but you
It
didn't
come
remember.
Oh, guess what? There was a selfie of her husband, and my husband all
Oh,
together at an event in Vegas, and I didn't even remember meeting her.
oh my gosh.
So, first of all, I did the first part right. I did not do the second part right, which is have a follow-up
Follow up.
strategy in place, right? Okay, so those are like that's the first part. The second
Okay.
thing is when you get a chance to get your face and your voice on a microphone, take
Mhm.
it. Like, I don't care. Make up a question. If you don't have a question, make one up. Like when they do the
There
Q&A
we go.
in the audience, I mean, I have a really great photo actually from the High Level event of me standing in the middle of the crowd because they one of the like chief officers from ChatGPT speaking and they were like, okay, we're going to move into Ginna. I don't think I have ever moved faster in my life. I like ran like a bat out of hell to get to that microphone because I knew when was I going to have a chance to talk to this chief marketing
Right.
officer from from OpenAI. Like it's not
Yep.
going to happen in a normal situation. But if I can create that one piece of connection,
Yeah.
not only with him, but also with the whole entire room,
Mhm.
like I can't believe how many people don't obsessively make sure they are seen when they're in a room like that.
Yeah. I actually did that not too long ago. I spoke at content
Marketing world? No.
entrepreneur. Oh shoot. CEM.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Crap. Anyways, so Jay Klaus, are you
Yes.
familiar with him?
I don't
So
think I am. Okay.
he spoke on podcasts. And I had
Amazing.
some questions because I'm like, we're getting ready to launch a podcast. But if you have no audience, like, how do you approach guests that you would love to have on the podcast? And so I went up to him and it was so amazing. I was super nervous, but I was like, whatever, this is going to be my only opportunity. And now we are linked over on LinkedIn and like, he knows who I am. I know who
And it's
he
a
is. I know
perfect
so it's
in to
like,
have him as a
yeah,
guest on your
yeah,
podcast. Like That's
Yeah.
such a great point, that recognizing the fact that the microphone is not always actually a physical thing. Sometimes the
Right.
microphone is just being able to be face to face with someone and ask them a question. Like
Yeah.
when speakers are outside afterwards, to ask questions like that, and to make sure that you're coming at it from a place of like, I'm always big about your intention and your objective being two separate things. Like your
Hmm.
objective may have been to connect with him later, but your intention was
Right.
really to, I'm sure, like thank him for what he brought to the stage and also to ask a genuine question. I
Yeah.
think sometimes people will stand up and they make the whole thing about being in the spotlight or about publicizing their thing, but it's so
Hmm.
easy to do it in a nonchalant way that feels good to both parties.
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, I'm starting this new podcast called The Secret," what is it called? The Secret
The
Diary of
secret diary of personal brands.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it. Like, already just saying that, and I'm
Yeah.
wondering, like, he's gonna have that, like, you know, that intrigue there.
Yeah.
So,
And
okay,
he
so
was
that's number
so
2.
gracious. Like he gave so much
Oh.
value. He was just, yeah, very
That's
gifting.
so cool. I'm gonna check him
Yeah.
out now. See, look at that.
Oh yeah. Follow
Yeah.
him. He's amazing.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay,
So
wait, number
next
3, really quick.
thing.
Number 3
Yeah.
is that create content around the event. Oh, before you go to the event, let people know that you're going to the event.
Yep.
While you're at the event, create a training or something that's happening after the event that you can tell people about. Like just create things around the event, because just like with live video, what happens around the event is more
Right.
important than what happens at the event. So, those are my 3 biggest
So good.
things.
So much good stuff. Okay. So any final thoughts that you want to leave us with? Anything?
No, I just thought of this as like such a random thing, but another thing about events that I think will be really in alignment with what you do is
Yeah.
have a specific style that you
Mhm.
consistently show up in at events. You don't need to be as crazy as I am with like the full sparkle pants that I am now like insanely committed to. And when I don't wear sparkle pants, I get like told off by people like, "What are you doing, Mahoney? Where's the sparkle pants?" You know? But have a signature look that makes you feel good. I don't think you need to
Yeah.
go as crazy as like, who's that Facebook ads guy? His name starts with an R, but he wears all red. I don't know.
Oh,
He is like,
yeah. I know who you're
his whole
talking
team
about.
shows up like a gang of people in red.
Yeah.
Like you can go that wild, or just like having a, like just have a signature look, because
Yeah.
people see you way more than they actually get the chance to speak to you. So you want to create an energy that is like, hey, Ginna
Yeah.
showed up at this event. Hey, just create that part of that personal brand is also the visuals that you bring into the room. I always wear big earrings. I always have a little
Yep.
bit of sparkle. I sometimes have purple bangs, or sometimes I just wear it gray like this, but like have a look that is your thing that you own, that makes you feel like a total rock star.
Yeah, I love that. Actually, I've been wearing so I have a blazer that's this
Oh,
color
yeah, it's my favorite.
with
It's like
with
C20AAF is the
a
hex code.
yes, with jeans and these tie-dye heels that are so amazing, and I wear the same outfit every time I go speak.
I love it.
And
Yes,
people, they compliment you and they're like, "Oh my gosh, where'd you get those shoes?" Or, "Oh," and it starts conversations too. So,
totally.
yeah, great
Yes, I
one.
love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. So, I mean, tell everyone, and we're going to post these links too, where they can follow you. I know you're everywhere and you change. So actually, you know what? I was going to touch on this really quick before we go.
Yeah.
You did something recently that you had for years and you're trying to move away from because of what was happening on the back end with the prepared
Yes.
performer.
So
Um,
my
so
company my company is still called The Prepared Performer.
yeah,
However, my website was showing up as the number one search result for tap dance terminology, because I went all in on tap dancing and musical theater when I first started, because I was a musical theater coach. So I made a public statement saying, "Hey, I'm shifting to my personal brand." So I created a brand new Instagram. It was like very terrifying to start my Instagram from
yeah.
scratch. It's Molly Mahoney Official. I still have the Prepared Performer Instagram, but that's like my business one.
Mhm.
I just decided to abandon my website, even though it had all of this Google juice. It was the wrong kind of Google juice. So I
Yeah.
started completely clean this year, and it's been really fun. So it's scary, but I think it's been a
Yeah.
really good learning experience. And it was a perfect time to do it with all the changes with AI and all of that. And I
Mhm.
think also another thing is that when I did this, I really doubled down on exactly who I wanted to connect with, who my ideal client truly was. And now I'm building a brand that allows me to specifically connect with them, as opposed to all of my tap
Tap
dancing humans from
dancing.
before.
That's so good. I'm glad that we brought that up because I get that all the time. People asking, well, should I change to my name or should I have my business name or, and it's like, just do it.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah, and
really have
it
anything
was
to
such
lose.
freedom when I made the actual
Yeah.
decision. So,
Yeah. I
yeah.
agree. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Wild.
they can find you on Molly Mahoney official on Instagram, Molly Mahoney
Is my
everywhere else.
personal profile on Facebook where I do most of everything that I'm doing. And then I actually created a really cool AI tool. It's a custom GPT that helps you to get super clear about that ideal client, which I think
Oh, good.
you combine your personal, who you are as a human with who that perfect person is. And that's where real magic happens. And so I put it together totally for free. If you want, you can
Amazing.
go get it at molly.live/diary. Love it.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you again. Thanks again for being on. I'll see you online.
Yeah. And just remember that you have something that is weird and amazing, and your weird is your superpower. So keep showing up as your true, authentic, weirdo self, and magic will happen.
Love it. Love it. Whoa. Okay. I knew this episode was going to deliver, but Molly truly packed it with gold. From turning your weird into your wow to how live video is still the fastest way to build real connection online to blending AI with human led branding that actually converts. This wasn't just a conversation. This was literally a mini mastermind. And listen, if you have been sitting on the sidelines of your own brand, worried about getting it perfect before you show up, I hope that this was your nudge. You don't need a new website. You don't need a fancy logo or 10 new headshots to start building trust. You just need to be seen, to be heard, felt, and human. And Molly reminded us that people are craving realness, not this robotic perfection. That one piece of content around the right event can change the entire game for you. And that your out there quirks, that's actually going to be your edge. She's been such a big influence in how I show up. And I hope after this episode, she has inspired you to take a bolder step forward into your brand too. So here's your challenge: go record something or do it live. That would be my suggestion. Say the thing you've been holding back. Let people experience the real you. And hey, if you loved this episode as much as I did, take 30 seconds to screenshot it, share it to your stories, and tag myself and Molly. We'd love to hear what your biggest takeaway was. Until next time, remember, the brand that wins online isn't the one that's the most polished, it's the one with the most presence. So, catch you in the next episode of The Secret Marketing Diary of Personal Brands. You're listening to The Secret Marketing Diary of Personal Brands, where being the face of your business gets to be powerful, profitable, and unfiltered.